Minimum wage and inflation. Both state and federal minimum wage started at $1.60 per hour in 1971. Both increased the same amount over the years until 2009 when both were at $7.25 per hour. After state minimum wage rose to $9.20 an hour in 2022, many states have a minimum wage different than the federal minimum. In these cases, employees must pay the higher of the two rates, with $7.25 being the absolute lowest rate. The state with the highest minimum wage is California at $14 per hour. The states with the lowest minimum wage rates are Georgia and Wyoming at $5.15 an hour. 2/3 of Americans support raising the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour. It has lost 14.8% of its purchasing power to inflation, and 28.6% less than it was at its peak in terms of purchasing power in 1968. If federal minimum wage kept pace with workers' productivity since 1968, the inflation-adjusted minimum wage would have been $24 per hour today. The labor movement has advocated that working people share in the wealth we help create, and our incomes should rise as we become more productive. Raising federal minimum wage to $15 per hour would raise wages for up to 27.3 million workers and lift 1.3 million families out of poverty. This chart shows what the unadjusted wage looks like as the inflation-adjusted wage over the years. My proposal would be to increase minimum federal wage to $15 per hour. This keeps up with inflation and cost of living. Minimum wage should be evaluated every year against cost of living. Pros to raising minimum wage would be many families will now be out of poverty. Workers who are satisfied with their wages work harder. And raising minimum wage can result in fewer job-to-job transitions. Companies spend less on onboarding new employees and have less staffing shortages, which ultimately does not impact production. The cons to raising would be this can create an artificial floor in the labor market, which can cause distortions and inefficiencies. Example, somebody may be willing to work for $10 an hour, and if mandated to pay $15 an hour, the worker cannot competitively bid lower for the job and will drive higher product costs. In order to maintain corporate profits, cost of goods and services will need to be increased. Small businesses could be eliminated due to not being able to meet financial obligations of higher costs. Companies may also feel the need to cut costs elsewhere, including product quality or product availability. These are a list of websites that I've used to gather my information. Thank you.